a vast continent like Africa and more so Kenya that is currently entering a new phase in its development, no plans for the future can exist without the availability of energy. It is against this backdrop that today the China-Africa Cooperation held a meeting to highlight ways that will transform the energy sector in the continent. Speaking during the event, Chinese ambassador to Kenya, Wu Peng, said Africa is a promising market for China and they will continue to push for cooperation with Africa energy sector.
We, China, has the similarity history with Kenya, both colonized or semi-colonized by Western power. So we have a same set history. And during the independence procedure, we support each other in history. That is in the Chairman Mao era, right? So we should cherish this kind of traditional friendship.
Johnson Weru, who is the Director for Economic Trade in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, says that the energy sector is among the sectors that can easily transform the world.
There's no economy in the world that does not develop without energy. Those countries that were poor around 50, 60 years ago have transformed themselves into what they are because of energy. And Kenyans liked giving the example of Korea.
For Johnson, if Kenya fails to consider increasing its production and consumption of energy, it will continue to be poor despite being ranked among the most improved countries globally.
I'm telling you, if Kenya does not increase its energy production and consumption, we shall remain a poor country. And our friends from China, please, I beg you, help us increase our energy production.
According to Kenya Private Sector Alliance, Kenya's impressive domestic situation and attractive investment outlook presents a unique and timely opportunity to become Africa's predominant energy exporter.
It's also important to note that the Energy Act and the Petroleum Act, which were promulgated this year, do have comprehensive sections on local content. And therefore, once that local content policy comes in place and once the subsidiary legislation to those two acts are promulgated.
Last year, Kenya successfully mobilized a record investment of 1.4 billion in renewable energy project development. In doing so, it was ranked third in terms of renewable energy financing in Africa and the Middle East. According to data from the United Nations Environment Programme, behind South Africa 4.1 billion and Morocco 3.1 billion. Kate Silale, Switch TV.